The United States military intervened in Afghanistan in October 2001 following the September 11 attacks. These attacks, which involved the hijacking and crashing of 4 US jetliners, were orchestrated by al-Qaeda, some of whose members had trained in Afghanistan. The George W. Bush administration responded by aiming to dismantle al-Qaeda, destroy its training camps, and capture or kill Osama bin Laden, the group's leader. The US also sought to overthrow the Taliban government in Kabul, which had established a relationship with al-Qaeda. President Bush demanded that the Taliban leader Mullah Mohammed Omar hand over al-Qaeda leaders hiding in Afghanistan. When Omar refused, the US initiated a plan for war. The US military campaign in Afghanistan began with a CIA team arriving in the country on September 26, 2001. This team worked with anti-Taliban allies to develop a strategy to overthrow the Taliban regime. The US government hoped to avoid deploying a large force by partnering with Afghans. They relied on the Northern Alliance and anti-Taliban Pashtuns, providing them with arms, equipment, and advice. The US military action had the support of over 40 countries. The initial objective was to defeat al-Qaeda and the Taliban, preventing Afghanistan from becoming a safe haven for terrorists. The US government considered that the Taliban was an obstacle in the way of getting to al-Qaeda. By December 2001, American and coalition partners had successfully defeated the Taliban government. However, the US military intervention in Afghanistan evolved into a longer-term effort to stabilize the country and prevent the resurgence of terrorist groups. This involved supporting the establishment of a new Afghan government, training Afghan security forces, and promoting economic development. The intervention also became part of a broader effort to counter terrorism globally. The US government believed that by stabilizing Afghanistan and preventing the re-emergence of terrorist groups, it could reduce the threat of future attacks against the United States and its allies. Over time, the mission expanded to include nation-building efforts and promoting democracy in Afghanistan. However, the conflict became protracted and faced numerous challenges, including the resilience of the Taliban insurgency, corruption within the Afghan government, and regional instability. Later, President Obama announced a new strategy for the war effort, linking success in Afghanistan to a stable Pakistan. The core goal of the strategy was to disrupt, dismantle, and defeat al-Qaeda and its safe havens in Pakistan, and to prevent their return to Pakistan or Afghanistan.